Well, hello Flosstube and welcome back to my fourth Flosstube video. Can you believe a month has gone by? I just don't know where that time is going. I don't know about anybody else. But thank you to all of my new subscribers and all of my subscribers that have been with me from day one. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and also to tap that bell to make sure you are notified when I post a video. Usually it's Tuesday evening, 7:30 GMT. So, wow, lots has been going on this week, and you can probably see in the background I've got a little heart balloon because my boyfriend and I celebrated our little anniversary this week, which was lovely. Just to have a little bit of time out with him, really. It's not often that our sort of schedules collide, so yeah, just nice just to spend some time together. Many of you know that I've been working from home during the pandemic, but this week I've just had news that I will be returning back to work in August. So it's getting a bit busy getting ready to go back in August. Obviously not quite the same as normal. Lots of social distancing measures and lots of things like that. So lots going on, planning for that. So whilst I've had lots of time stitching, I don't know how much time I'm going to have moving forward, but we'll see. You know, you never know how it's all going to work out, really. Who'd have thought at the beginning of this year that we would have been, you know, we'd be in a pandemic and going through what we've been through, really. So yeah, hope you're all keeping well, and yeah, let's get into it because I've got so much to share with you today. So what have I got? Let me just have a look. I have got all my Heaven and Earth designs to show you. I've got my secret project that I can finally share with you. I've got the results of the voting of if you remember last week I asked you to choose out of the two fairies, Ice Fairy and Pink Fairy, as to which fairy I should start. The Heaven and Earth design, and what's coming up in August. Can you believe we're at the end of the month as well? So yeah, should we get started on what I've been working on this week? So first of all is Mini Virus Detected by Randall Spangler, and that is what it's going to look like. And this is what I've done. So this is stitched on 20 count Ada. This is the first time I've used 20 count Ada. Love it, really love it. And also the first time that I've stitched on the easy grid fabric. So much easier than gridding yourself. But yeah, really enjoying this actually. I was a bit skeptical because of the 20 count Ada, but yeah, really enjoying it. And also this is one of my largest projects, although I'm going to come on to large projects a little bit later. So the first time of using these sort of Q snaps, I know I probably need to get a grime guard, but this one is 11 by, let me move back a bit, 11 by 17. But yeah, quite a bit done on this one. In fact, I've done, how much have I done on this? 800, in the last week I've done 805 stitches and 5 hours worth of stitching. You've got to love Pattern Keeper for counting your stitches, haven't you? So I will share a little picture of what that looked like last week, but yeah, really enjoying that one. So that was that. My next Heaven and Earth design that I've been working on, which I started, did I start last week? I don't know, I can't think now when I started that one, if you saw it, but if there was a before picture, I'll show that. But this is Ornament Healing Rose by Carol Cavaleris, and how beautiful are those colours. This one is stitched on 18 count, 2/1, and with this one I had loads of 18 count, and as I've said before, I just didn't want to buy any easy grid, although that would have been much handier to have bought that, because I had loads. I decided just to grid my own. It is a pain gridding, but let me tell you, it's so worth it. I would say don't skip that. If you've got your own material and it's not easy grid, don't skip the gridding, because I think it's an essential part for a Heaven and Earth design. And that's where I'm up to. on this one. So it's sort of the browny reddies. There's sort of 3 colours in that. I just love already how the colours are just sort of blending and merging. So I guess I'm sort of about here, just there. So yeah, looking forward to seeing how that one will go. So this week, let me put that one down. This week I have done 633 stitches and I've spent 4 hours on that one. So looking forward to doing more of that. And then this one will always be my baby because it was my first one that I started. I watched Teresa Little Stitcher's Heaven and Earth Designs series on her YouTube channel of how to get started, and this was the design and I just fell in love with it from the moment I saw it. And it's a story keep, so it's a section of a bigger version of the Heaven and Earth design, and it's Life is an Open Book Paris, and it's by Amy Stewart. So that's what it looks like. Now, if you remember, it had loads of park threads last week, and I moved it over to Pattern Keeper because when I first started this, I was doing the parking method, where you literally just do like the block, you know, the 10 by 10 block, and whatever colours are in it, you stitch that, and then you park it in the closest next box, park that thread in the closest next box. So it had like a big mound of threads, and I've worked really hard this week on clearing those. So this is where we're at this week. How beautiful is that? It is really starting to come alive now. And what I'm going to do now is just start to work from here down and just go down really. Just take colours and go down. Yeah, just to fill the gaps from the park thread. So I've managed to get all those park threads, and in order to do that, let me have a look. So I did 1,046 stitches and I spent 6 hours clearing those threads. I was so determined just to get those park threads done. Yeah, really like that one. Then I made a new start. Now, as I have said to you before, I'm part of a few Facebook groups that have like stitching challenges. So this was one for Enchanted Stitching Challenge. I can't remember what the challenge was now, but I do remember. It was one to show summer. And this one is Bayside Cottage, and I thought that's definitely very summery. This is a Dimensions Gold Collection Petites. I just love all the petites. Can you see that? All the petites collection. So this is the start that I made. This is just 2 hours worth of stitching. Obviously not in Pattern Keeper, so I haven't counted the stitches. And I started it and I thought, why have I not gridded? Why have I not gridded? These Gold Collection Petites, a lot of them are, even though they're that size, it's 5 by 7 inches, are full coverage. So anyway, I did my 2 hours and then I thought, no, I'm going to grid. So I gridded. I do get a lot of questions about my gridding actually. So if you would like a video on how I do my gridding, please put that in the comments below and I'll look at getting a video out on the gridding, because there are some more projects that I've got coming up where I can do some gridding. But it's going to really help. Anyway, so that's going to be how big the design will be. And I can't wait to see that one come a little bit more to life. So like I say, just 2 hours on that one. But most of my week really was spent finishing my secret project, which I can now reveal was a gift from my best friend. So it was Cupcake Charm. And I'll insert a little video here because I gave it to my friend for her birthday, and I'll tell you a bit more about it there. So as mentioned, I've been working on a special project recently. It was a birthday card for my best friend who was celebrating a very special birthday. I won't say how old. And I've loved working on this card. It really has turned out so pretty. And it is Cupcake Charm. And it is designed by Irina Katz, and the artist was Maria Matakavina Ashova. Apologies if I've said any of those names wrong. I got this chart actually from Etsy, and yeah, really enjoyed it. So this is the finished product, all put into a card, pink hammer card. So that's the finished product. And I'm so pleased with it. Really enjoyed stitching this, watching it come to life, just like everything about it, and yeah, just really impressed. And I've just put a little sort of birthday sheet in there, sort of an insert that I've written happy birthday on, just as a little bit extra. But I love making these cards, so I might love the big projects, but I love making these cards as well. So how pretty is that one? Yeah, really enjoyed it. One thing I love about giving cross stitch pictures as a gift is, for me, it just means that that person is receiving my gift of time, because of the time involved it takes to do it. And I think we can all share and can all say that as the picture comes together, it really does spur us on, I think, to get the picture finished. So yeah, I really enjoyed making it for her, and I know how much she loved it, so really pleased with the outcome of that. So what am I going to be stitching on this week? Well, I'm going to be finishing off the monthly and weekly challenges for Enchanted Stitching. So I'm going to be doing my Wedding Happiness, which I've shown you guys before, and my Summer Basket, and what else? Oh, my Travel Memories. Sorry, I keep looking down. I've got my little notes because I don't want to forget to tell you anything. So I'm going to be stitching on those three. Now, I keep saying that I'm going to be stitching on those, and I'm wondering if there's something stopping me from stitching on those three. Because each week I think, yeah, I must stitch on them, I must stitch on them. And I like all of the designs. But yeah, something's stopping me and I'm not quite sure what. So if I don't get to stitch on them this week, I might have to, I don't know, I might have to think about that one. I'm also going to be doing more of my Heaven and Earth designs for the stitching challenges. So I'm going to be doing my Life is an Open Book. I'm going to be doing my Ornament Healing Rose, and I'm going to be doing my Virus Detected that I've just shown you as well. All of those, I love doing my Heaven and Earth designs, but it just helps that they fit into the challenges this week as well for Enchanted Stitching. So that's really what I'm going to be focusing on this week. So now I just want to move on to my August goals. So I've been thinking long and hard about my August goals. I think I've mentioned to you I've got a new diary now. I saw it on Caroline Zook's YouTube channel, a similar one anyway. I've got like the UK version of like a monthly planner, just to plan what I'm going to be stitching each week, each month, and somewhere where I can add up my stitches, especially if it's my Heaven and Earth designs with Pattern Keeper, and also the number of hours I'm doing on a project, because if, you know, just like to know really how much stitching I'm doing. So within my goals, I'm going to have 2 new Heaven and Earth design starts, so that it takes me up to 5. And I know some of you think I'm mad, and I get that, I really do. Some of you think, you know, should just be 1 at a time, and each to their own is what I can say. So basically I'm going to have the 1 story keep, which is Life is an Open Book. I'm going to have the mini, which is my Virus Detected. I'm going to have my circular one, the Ornament. So I've got, yeah, story keep, mini, ornament. So my next one is going to be this Parish Romance, which is the full design. And this is going to be on 25 count 1/1, and then there's a 5th one which I will come to in a second. I just want to have a bit of a rotation going, and I will talk to you shortly about what the rotation is going to be. I just like stitching on different ones. So in the evenings, it's more in the evenings that I do my Heaven and Earth design stitching, sometimes during the day, but it's more in the evenings, and it's just nice just to rotate them, really. So, which brings me on to the voting, because if you remember last week, I asked you to choose between Ice Fairy and Pink Fairy over which one I should start. So the one that was chosen, a drum roll please, is the Pink Fairy. So I am going to be starting this one as well in August. So I've got the material for this, and I've got threads to get started with, or floss to get started with, whatever you like to call it. But I think actually I'm just going to order all my thread in and have it all there. I like to be fully prepared when I start Heaven and Earth designs, but that's not to say I couldn't get started. I could. I've got some thread that I could start with. But like I say, this one is going to be my biggest one by far. And we'll see how we go. Who knows? I might never finish these Heaven and Earth designs in my lifetime. But I hope I will, by the way. But I think it's the process, isn't it? It's the enjoyment of what you do with it. So yeah, those are my going to be my two new starts for Heaven and Earth. I then decided that I was going to choose a sort of weekly rotation of 3 projects. And again, I got this idea from Stitching Mummy, and I've used the Tiny Decisions app. So I've put some projects in the small section, in a medium section, in a large section. So in my small section are designs that I can make cards with, like birthday cards and things. In my medium section are things like my gold batiks collection, because a lot of them, like I say, are full coverage. They're stitched. They're majority of them are stitched on 18 count 2/1. But yeah, a lot of them are full coverage, so they're in the medium ones, and then obviously the large are my Heaven and Earth designs. So let's see. Oh, and just to say, with the Tiny Decisions, I'm going to rotate it every week. So the 3 projects that are coming up that I will share with you, which will start from the 1st of August. So I'll be a bit backwards with it when I'm filming, but we'll catch up with it. So the 1st of August, I believe, is that Saturday? 1st of August. So they'll start then, the 3 rotation. I'm going to try and fit my challenges into those 3 projects. If it doesn't fit, it's not to say I won't go to one of my other projects to use that for one of the challenges that I'm doing. But let's have a look at what I've chosen, or what the Tiny Decisions app, I should say, has chosen for the small project. So the first one was Makeup Cupcake. I think that's what it's called. And that's going to be this one. Another cupcake design. And I am going to stitch that on 18 count 2/1, and that's going to be a new start. So that's the first one. Let's have a look what the medium size project is. So that is Santa's Secret, which is another gold collection petites from gold collection petites from Dimensions. So that's going to be that one, and again that's another new start. Again, full coverage, even though it's 5x7, still full coverage. And then let's have a look and see what the large project is. And it is the Virus Detected, so that's going to be the large one that I focus on. So basically, with these 3 projects then, I just think it's sometimes nice just to have a mixture of different projects. So sometimes I can be up in my office and I just need to be listening to things rather than actually doing anything. So I might like one of my smaller projects. Sometimes during the day, I just like to sit in front of the telly with one of my projects, and that could be my medium one. And then in the evenings, like I say, I can do my my Heaven and Earth design, the Virus Detected. So I'm not stitching all the time. Like I've said before, I usually do like 1 to 2 hours at a time, maybe sometimes not even that, maybe only half an hour. I just thought I'm just trying it out for August to have weekly rotations of small, medium and large projects. Which brings me on to, I've joined a new Facebook group called Whip Go, And with Whip Go, you have like it looks like a bingo board, I guess. And what happens is every month they draw out 2 numbers, and the squares with the yellow lines on are the numbers that have already been called this year. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. And basically in there, because I've now got 5 heaven and earth designs, I've put all of them in each line, so I've just moved them around a bit on the lines. So like, for example, this first week I'm going to focus on virus detected. My monthly goal was to stitch 10 hours on the 2 designs or the 2 numbers that are pulled out. So obviously I've got a bit of catching up to do, so I can focus on any of the boxes that have got virus that have already been scrubbed out. So when I do those 10 hours, I can just cross that out as well. So it's another little incentive to get to do the hours, really. So that was that. So I think that's everything, guys. I think that's all of the whips I've worked on. It's I've shared with you my secret project. I've shared with you my August goals. Yeah, and then each week when I film, I will tell you what I'm going to start for that week. So it will obviously be every Saturday that I make the change of what projects I'm going to do. So these ones now I will take out of the Tiny Decisions app, so when it rolls again it doesn't bring up these ones. And then, like I say, if I need to use any other projects during any other challenges, then I can. So hope you have enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Have a great week stitching, and see you all then. Bye for now.